We're going to be making beef jerky. It's going to take 36 hours, but the results will blow your mind. Oh yeah, and we're going to take a look at the new Borniak smoker.
A big thanks to Borniak Smokers for sponsoring this video.
As you can see, no Borniak smoker yet. But that's because I'm going to make beef jerky, and it's going to take 36 hours. So better get started, and this is the first day of making beef jerky, so that means an eye around. Look at that, beautiful piece of meat. Only thing we need to fix is get this piece of fat off. In general, it is really good and I love it. If you're making beef jerky, fat is not gonna dry out. And beef jerky needs to dry out, so all the fat has to go. There's silver skin here. Basically, you want to get the leanest eye around that you can. And then you want to slice it up as thin as possible. And that's why you're going to need a good knife. In this case, I'm using my super slicer and I'm going to slice it up nice and thin. Don't worry too much about the scrappy parts. If you want to, you can freeze the meat beforehand, so just slightly freeze it. That makes slicing easier if your knives are not that sharp. But if you have the proper knife and it's sharp enough, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm using the eye around because of its structure. It's strong. I'm cutting it against the grain, but still I'm going to get plenty of structure and strength in the meat. And once I lay this out, you see how it already turns into beef jerky. I slice it up real nice. And then you got this mountain of beef, and that is going to go into a marinade. A marinade is basically the first layer of flavor that we're going to apply for our beef jerky. The first seasoning that I'm going to use is the PitmasterX Tweety seasoning. It has a bit of an Asian style barbecue flavor and a couple of chili flakes. Now the second one that I'm going to use is more of a real barbecue beef style of flavor. And the third one is more of a delicacy. Asian meets American style of flavor. That's the Deli seasoning. And to turn it into a marinade, I'm going to add oil to it. In this case, I'm going to use peanut oil. You can use sunflower oil. Any neutral plant oil will do the job. Quickly mix that up. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then in goes the beef. Mix it up till every part's got a little bit of seasoning. Cover it up with some aluminum foil. This now goes into the fridge for at least 12 hours. Back in the studio, and this time with the new Borniak smoker. It's always super exciting if you've been looking at a product for 2 years to finally see it come to life. From concept to the real version, and now available for real-time use. So the beef jerky that we're making is going to be a test version to try out the new Borniak smoker. If you know the Borniak smoker and you've seen it a couple of times, then you're thinking, well, it looks exactly the same. Well, it does. Well, it kinda does. There's now this added button right here for the thermometer. That's the only thing on the outside that you can actually see that is new. But the heart of this machine definitely changed. I'm not talking about the smoke chamber, because the smoke chamber is the same as it was before. As a matter of fact, mine is still a little bit messy, as I stored all of the items that comes with it inside the barbecue. So let's get it out so you can actually see what's going on here. But if we take a look at the basics, you can see that in the back there is a heating element. This will actually warm up your barbecue. The outside of this smoker is insulated, and therefore you will need a very tiny bit of energy to heat up the whole smoker. And that also makes this one of the most efficient smokers that I have, especially compared burning wood or burning charcoal, which nowadays is quite an expense. You see, for this smoker you're only going to need, like for a whole smoking session, this a little bit of smoke wood. And that goes into the hopper that sits on the side here, which is very easily removed. But this is it, this little box. It transports the wood chips, has a little spiral, and that will create smoke. You will catch the ashes in this tray, and therefore not creating a big mess underneath your smoker. And then this heat deflector goes in with a dripping tray for your grease. Then here's another dripping tray to make sure that no rain or debris from outside drips onto your food. And of course, all you have to do then is put some food on the rack, slide it in, and you can cook whatever you want. That is a proven concept that works every time. So what's new? It's this box right here. That's new. I'm now able to control this device through Wi-Fi. That means I can go anywhere in the world while cooking on this device. It is a feature that more and more barbecues have these days, but this is the barbecue that really needs it. This is a barbecue for technical cooking and cooking to absolute perfection. So what do you need? You want absolute control. Let's get out the marinated beef jerky so I can actually show you how it works. Look at the Tweety beef jerky. I got these nice and fine racks to go with the Borniak smoker. They're absolutely perfect for making beef jerky. Spread it out. There's already a little bit of heat in the Tweety seasoning, but I'm still gonna add a little bit of chili flakes on top of the beef jerky because it's gonna give it so much texture and structure, and of course a little bit of nice heat. A little bit of fire to put out while you're drinking a beer. Beef jerky with beef seasoning, I'm going to give a little extra with black peppercorns. Just for texture, just for taste. Once again, it's going to make the beef jerky more exciting and more unique. And the Deli seasoned beef jerky is just going to get another sprinkle. It's going to make the flavors pop. It's going to give it a nice color. We don't need much. It's just going to make the beef jerky even better. As you can see, we got loads of racks with beef jerky now. And normally if you have this kind of service and you have to put it in a barbecue, it's going to be a problem. But with the Borniak, you got loads of space. Just slide it in and you've got so much surface. Imagine smoking ribs on this thing. How many ribs could you actually put in here? I've never tried it. It's definitely a challenge worth giving a try because I think we can put loads and loads of ribs here. And even now I still have space left for 2 more racks. First thing that I'm going to do is prepare the smoke box. I'm going to add some wood chips to the hopper. The lid goes back on, and then I'm not going to touch the menu this time. Normally I just control it there, set it. It's super easy to do. But this time I'll be using the app. The first thing that you see in the app is recipes. There's a lot of recipes in this app that you can just follow to the teeth, and it's going to make cooking very easy. But today I'm not looking for that. I'm going to go straight to the smoker app. It says to open it. Now it's currently set to manual, but I'm going to switch to program because I want to do a multi-step activity. And the first thing that I'm going to do is set a temperature. The temperature that I'm looking for is to smoke at a temperature of 90 degrees Celsius. That's going to essentially cook my meat. But I also want to add smoke to it. I'm going to do that for about half an hour. Then I'm going to add another step, and that is the drying step that I'm going to use. Therefore, I'm not going to need temperature, but I'm going to use the dryer. And that's going to be probably more like 5 to 6 hours. Let's set it to 5. Now we got 5 steps going. I'm just going to hit start, and the barbecue just let me know, okay, I switch on the temperature, I'm starting to smoke, and it's counting down. Now, this might seem a little excessive that you would need this because you could do it yourself, but there are recipes that are very complicated, and you want to make sure that you cook it the right way, especially if you're doing like production work or you're cooking for a group of people and you don't want to forget it. It's the same as your oven at home. It's the convenience of you not having to think about it while it's actually happening. You set the whole program before you even started. And like Dr. Phil says, set yourself up for success. Lots of people can come up with lots of creative things to do in the meantime while Borniak's doing all the hard work. Another example, if you're doing the 4-2-10 method, you want 4 hours of smoking at 120, and then switch to 2 hours of a higher temperature, and then 10 hours of holding the brisket at the same temperature. Just program it, put the meat in, and it's going to be done whenever you need it to be. Just came back from working on my neighbor's farm and I thought I'd check on the beef jerky. We got another 30 minutes to go, but I can see that it's not dry enough yet. We got good progress, but it's not where I want to be yet. So I'm going to give it another 5 hours. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get the perfect beef jerky. Now at the next day, and the beef jerky is done. It took a little longer than I expected because I was counting on just the fan doing all the work. However, I decided to switch on the heat again just to get the temperature a little up, get the moisture out of the air, and dry the beef jerky. And that is what I love about a system like this so much, because all you have to do is just take your app and just switch up the temperature or just hit it on the controller. It is literally too easy to do. Look at this, we got all this beautiful beef jerky, nice and dry, but the beef jerky's not done yet. There's one final step that we need to take to make the perfect beef jerky. You see, beef jerky needs to be cured. And I'm not meaning brine cured, I mean it needs to set a little bit. Just like with sauces. If you put them in the fridge, they're gonna taste better tomorrow. Beef jerky tastes better tomorrow, trust me. And at the same time, it's a great way to make batches out of this, because otherwise I think I would just eat it in one batch. It's just that good. We have a lot of good recipes for making beef jerky on our website, PitmasterX.com. You can find the exact times and temperature on the website, but the real secret is just looking at it and making sure that it feels like beef jerky. If you want to save this for a long time, then just throw it in the freezer and you can save this for months and months. Let's put this in the vacuum machine. This is the Deli. Wow, wait. Of course, I'm gonna have a little taster. A nice pull. Flavor is on point. That's good. Of course, I'm also gonna try one of my favorites, the beef with peppers. I love black pepper on my jerky. Now, while I'm at it, why not try the final one? The Tweety seasoning with an extra chili flake. Very close to the beef version with the pepper. Amazing flavor. The heat's just a little bit different. This one definitely requires like a side beer to go with. Hope to see you in the next video. And if you want to know more about the Borniak Wi-Fi controller, put a link down below so you can check out our website. See you guys in the next video. Until then, it's smakelijk and keep on smoking. That's right.